Hello everyone and welcome back to GreatMovieFan's YouTube channel. I'm Luke and I am so pleased to bring you my review for Deadpool. Oh my gosh. I saw this movie opening weekend and it was amazing. I was completely blown away by just how incredible this film was. And I did have this movie on my top 16 most anticipated movies of 2016 video that I posted on my other channel. I'll put a link to it down below. But this completely blew past my expectations. I was slayed in the theater, laughing my butt off, completely fixated on the screen. It held my interest from start to finish. It was incredible. And if I could describe this movie in just one sentence, I would call it bloody effing good fun. Now, before I get started, I'm going to talk about two things. I'm going to talk about the current success that, excuse me, that Deadpool has as of February 18th, 2016. And then I'll also talk about the merits of why this movie is, in fact, R-rated. I have my notes here. And so here we go. Here's my notes. All right. So Deadpool opened at a grand total of 135 million in its opening weekend on the Valentine's Day, President's Day weekend. And not only was it the #1 President's Day opening weekend of all time for a movie, it also broke the records for the #1 February opening of all time, the #1 opening for an R-rated movie of all time, and it was also Fox's #1 opening of all time. And as of February 18th, it has made over 325 million worldwide. And so, and it goes without saying. I mean, Deadpool is an amazing film. Like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed it start to finish. I thought it was incredible. I am a huge Marvel fan to begin with, but I guess when I was sitting in the theater and I was talking with my friend who I went to go see it with, I was talking about how I seem to be a fan of Marvel that's owned by Disney and not so much Marvel that's owned by 20th Century Fox, because even though Disney famously bought Marvel for over $4 billion, Disney does not own all of Marvel. Disney basically owns all of the Avengers and all of those superheroes that fall under that category. But then Fox also has the rights to the X-Men and the Fantastic Four and all of those Marvel characters, which I think is very interesting. And so you can clearly tell the difference in the different kind of Marvel films. Disney's Marvel has a tendency to be a little bit more family-friendly, still very action-packed, and still very beautifully well shot and beautifully well executed as films. But Fox's push the envelope. They go for more grittiness, they go for darker material, and Deadpool, I would honestly say, and I would stress this very much, it is not for people under the age of 17. I don't want to try to sound like this elitist or anything, like I know what I'm talking about, but I will say this. I have a brother who is 13 years old, and I am 21, just full disclosure. He is a huge Marvel fan, too. I would not let him see this. My parents are not letting him see this, and I would not let him see this movie, because this film has its R rating for a reason, and it almost pushes the boundaries for an NC-17 rating. It is bloody, it is gory, it has so much vulgarity and profanity in it. It has full frontal nudity in this film, and it's just, like I said, it's good fun, but it's a very adult superhero movie. And that's why I'm so impressed with how good it's doing at the box office, because I was afraid that this movie wasn't going to do well or be able to translate well to film because of that R rating. But clearly, it's not stopping its success. So now that I got that out of the way, let's talk about the actual movie itself. Ryan Reynolds is, he's perfect. He's perfectly well casted in this part. He completely is amazing. And just may I remind you, that is him in the suit doing all of that amazing, amazing stunt work. And he fully embodies the character. Like, it's, sometimes you can tell with movie stars, especially because film is right in front of your face, when an actor isn't fully enveloped in their character, and you can sort of see isms of the actor themselves, not the character. But Ryan Reynolds disappears into the character of Wade Wilson in Deadpool, and he just does such an amazing performance. His comedic timing is so good that it left my entire theater, which was full on a Saturday night, completely laughing hysterically. People were rolling in their seats, people were crying. It was so freaking funny. And all of his line deliveries were just spot on perfect. I mean, I could go into detail. I literally could talk about this movie for an hour if I wanted to, but I won't. But I will say this. The first 20 minutes of this film are some of the most breathtaking action sequences and hilarious meta humor I've ever seen in a film. This movie is brilliant at not only poking fun at Marvel as a brand, but also just movies and comic books and comic book movies in general. And the meta humor is so sharp and on the nose and perfect, and it doesn't get old. It doesn't feel like it's forced. It actually genuinely will make you laugh out loud. There are some moments where things do get very, very dark. I genuinely felt a great sense of terror in the character of Ajax slash Francis, who's the antagonist. I also thought that the girl who plays Vanessa, his girlfriend, she was amazing in her performance, although she changes wigs throughout the movie. Not frequently, but she changes like drastically. The first time we see her, she's in that short haircut, and then when she starts dating Wade Wilson, she grows it out completely, and she was amazing. She was so good. I just wish she had more to do in this movie, but let's be perfectly honest, Deadpool is the Ryan Reynolds show, and he completely is amazing in the character. I don't want to give too much away in terms of plot if you're not familiar with the character of Deadpool, but I would just say this. If you are a fan of comic book movies, go see it. If you are a fan of comedies and action films in general, go see it. If you have young children who are fans of comic books and comic book movies, I would say see the movie yourself first, and then you make the decision. But overall, for myself, I thought it was amazing. I was laughing my butt off. Thought it was a fantastic film. Well shot, well directed, well acted. Perfect across the board. I really, really enjoyed this movie. The only thing I will say that I didn't enjoy was the gore. I mean, there are a couple of scenes where you see like brains and intestines in when Deadpool horribly mutilates a couple of bad guys. But you know what? That's just who he is. That's just his character. So thank you so much for watching this review of Deadpool. Like, if I had to give it a letter grade, I would say maybe an A-, which is really, really good. So thank you so much for watching this review. If you saw Deadpool, leave me your thoughts and comments down below. What did you think? Be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you are not already subscribed. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Links to those in the video description. Also the links to my other channel, Great Broadway Fan, in the video description. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.